Miguel Iterati back here deep in the IBOP vaults, and we're going to go into a UFC video blog here. We've got the UFC Fight Night 75 this Saturday night, and it comes to us from Tokyo, Japan, the Saitama Super Arena. You're going to have to check your local listings for this one because with the time zones and stuff, you're going to have to see what time it starts on your local listings. The show, headlined by heavyweights, you got Roy Nelson facing Josh Barnett. Both of them were coaches opposite each other on a reality show that aired in Japan. Not a lot of great info on this reality show. It aired obviously in Japan. It did not air on the UFC Fight Pass as far as I can tell. And not a lot of great information on there. Most of the card does not have odds up on it yet because the talent comes from the reality show, and I guess they're still looking at it. But what we have as far as odds, in the main event, you got 5 rounds, Roy Nelson, Josh Barnett. Barnett comes in the favorite, minus 260. Nelson at 220. Over-under is 1.5. I don't know about that. I think this one goes long. But the over-under is 1.5 with the over at minus 145 and the under at plus 125. Long and short of this fight is I think Barnett wins. Barnett hasn't fought in 18 months, so we'll see if he has some ring rust. But I think he's back to do a real legitimate run. I think he sees a guy like Fabrizio Wardun, who's his age and stuff like that, with the belt now, and he thinks he has a legitimate shot. So I think you got Barnett coming back full throttle, and he will be on top of his game for this one. Nelson, he's 1-4 in his last 5 fights, so what you see is what you get with Big Roy. The co-main event also has numbers up, and the co-main event is at middleweight and sees Uriah Hall facing Gegard Mousasi. Mousasi, a big favorite at minus 450. Hall at plus 360. 3-round fight. The over-under is 2.5 there. Also, the over at 145, minus 145, and the under at plus 125. Mousasi, I think this over-under you might want to look at. Mousasi can be very tricky. Hall, I think, has to come out and you know, get the knockout with his striking and stuff. But Mousasi, just very tricky on the ground. Very unorthodox striker. I think he's a superior fighter. And Hall is stepping in as a late replacement. He won his fight in early August, so he's coming here on short notice, stepping up for Ron Carnero. So those are the 2 fights that have odds up at the books. And we'll do some blogging and some written pieces on the odds for the rest of the card when they come up. We'll talk to you after UFC Fight Night 75.